First of all, folks, apologies. I haven't been online for it's been months now. I haven't done one of these because I have so many excuses. Bad weather, sad, hay fever has been killing me. But now I'm back and I'm trying something different because the YouTube Live has just been such a difficult thing. So I'm going to try something different. And if you still can't see this on YouTube properly or anything, the original video is going to be on my Spotify under the same title or similar title. And in this one, I'm carrying on with all these pickup artists, the speed seduction gurus, and all that. Ross Jeffries, I'll tell you a quick story. Him, he did this program, and I think I write it in the notes about how sleazy he is, how immature and childish he can be when he's talking and stuff. And he does another program, or his partner in crime, when they go sarging, they call it sarging, when they're going to pick up women. The partner is Mark Majors or Major Mark, and he had a hypnosis program. All of these have been helpful to me, not in the seduction side of things, but just my personal healing and self development. First things first, this guy is a bit of sleazy. He's a bit of a sleaze. He's childish and says some immature things, but he's also funny. Like he has jokes, even though they are immature jokes, he still cracks me up. In Neil Strauss's book, there is a part where Neil Strauss says he actually crawls on the floor as one of his techniques to pick up Carmen Electra, I think it was. Or, so he follows women like a dog and sniffing her and stuff. And I don't like his style. And as an older man, he still does, oh, I cross my heart and swear on my mom. So look at him. He's pretty old and he's still talking about this stuff. So he's got that immature, like super immaturity in my eyes. The biggest thing I learned from his patterns and methods were to heal other parts of myself. And I use these techniques quite a bit. Very big pet peeve about this, where people like to find hateраtions and distractions and flaws in other people, so they kind of distract from their own flaws. I have family members who do this, I have partners who do this. Like, take back responsibility for yourself. In fact, recently I had a talk with my cousin, and she was like, she always remembers that I state that we always look at other people. Why don't we fix what is inside ourselves? And I'm like, oh, I don't even remember saying it, but I'm glad you reminded me. That was a nice memory. He goes into patterns. Patterns are like you can use a combination of words, combination of anchors also. So you have different things, but they should address feelings, emotions, and states of mind. So when you get into a pattern, these are the things that you should address. They should be used for suggestions and commands. Let's put some commas there. Feel, do, recognize, realize, etc. So and so is happening. Feel that this is happening. Recognize that this is happening in you. So even if it's not happening in them, when you say recognize this pattern, they will. It passes one of their filters straight away. It goes through using weasel phrases. Yeah. So weasel phrases. There's one there. New direction. In his case, he'll point to his crotch or things like that. He's like, you're starting to feel like you're moving to a new direction. New direction or nude? See? The ambiguity. I heard someone else saying, and can you believe they say this and this, and then you go into the pattern you want them to start going into, like picturing themselves into. I heard someone else say that you can feel like this warmth in your stomach, and you're starting to feel it go lower and lower until you go into a new direction. Imagine it's happening to you. Or I used to think thoughts come to me from the subconscious, but the deeper meaning comes from down below me, Debbie, below me. They should incorporate their participation and incorporate their trance words. You should tell them, imagine, you like doing this, and use trance words. So a lot of good salespeople will use trance words, which are like, in my case, I think are more sound and audiovisual. My main words, if someone talks about nature, someone talks about energies, someone talks about recharging, so a lot of energy stuff for me, my dog ears will go up and I'll be like, yeah, you got me there. Tell me more. Now, fractionation, taking someone in and out of state to deepen it. A lot of hypnosis people use it. NLP uses it. If you went through my previous NLP audios, you'll see that they say, okay, go into the positive state, now come back. Go into the negative state, now come back. So You're showing the difference, and that's deepening when they go in the positive, and it's deepening when they go in the negative. So they really get into it deeper and deeper. Breaking the state, Tony Robbins. Now, breaking state, my favorite techniques are violent swear words or just really, like I have friends who will go into their victim mentality. Oh, I'm like, yeah, okay, I understand, but what are you doing about it? Yeah, but there's no hope. And so I'll be like, yeah, you know what? There's no hope. You are a loser. You're going to be a loser for the rest of your life. I don't know why I'm your friend. Or I'll take them all the way that way. And that's like pulling the arrow to shoot it forward. They'll be like, oh, you know what? You know what? It's not really that bad. There's so many ways. You can change your tone, you can speed up, you can be serious to funny and back to serious. And humor is always another good way to go about things. Indulgence, escape, connection, fantasy, adventure are all connected. It's like taking you in a movie, like movies have all these kind of themes. Ask questions where somewhere along the lines of if you could go somewhere where nobody knew you and you could do something that you would never get caught doing, what would you do? It doesn't matter if they answer or not because that is accessing part of them or making them go into a very deep place. It's like opening the secret places inside them. If they are thinking, you can loop it and say that you find that you can go in a state you feel like you're going in a new direction. You talk past the mind and to the subconscious mind, which is hypnosis, which is NLP, especially inductions, where it's like you don't understand what he's saying, but even the confusion has just helped him past all your conscious barriers to go straight into your super and subconscious. Use their own words, make them feel safe and comfortable, and fractionate. Keep fractionating. When you do this, you are really learning about their world and really care. So you're showing that you really care. Now, games, quizzes, tests, and demos. Have you ever wanted something? This guy wants Paris Hilton and talks about how he finally gets her, but says it in a way that he's talking about both of them. It's a story he's telling to the person he wants that, oh, you know this story? Remember, Johnny Depp really wanted Paris Hilton. And then he changes the wording to, instead of Johnny Depp and Paris, he's like, I really want her. So pointing, I really want her. And I don't know what I need to do, but I'm going to win her heart because she belongs to me. I belong to her. Things. And they use all these frames and this. Hopefully, he gets into those frames because that is really good technique for many things. So you saw how the story went from Johnny Depp to becoming their thing, turning them into the story. Quizzes. When you're packing, are you a roller, are you a folder, or just thrower? Quizzes to get to know each other and pickup artists love getting into all kinds of quizzes or showing the women how they can learn better about themselves, which is what really pulled me into the whole thing because I was learning so much about myself. Especially this next thing, which is the test, the cube, which is called Cocology Cube Test. I might even make this into a separate video. So if I make this a separate video, please do a search or I'll share a link to the separate video somewhere. Language patterns. Test to see how open the person is. What are you looking for? Sense of humor, someone who already has experience in life, not a reality TV watcher. That's my note in my case. The choosier you are, the more choice you get. Women process language differently. Level 1, it gets it done checklist. 2 is social programming, approval from friends, TV, news. So they behave in one way when they're with their friends, and in private they'll behave a different way as to how they will behave when they're in public. Number 3, illusion of choice. Typical response like you're not my type and I have a boyfriend. So that's an illusion of choice. Whenever you hit on a woman and they SHIT test you, what they're doing is they're seeing how persistent you are, how willing you are to keep going. Then responses, oh, you're not my type. If I had a penny for every time someone told me that, I would be rich. Oh, wait, I am rich. See ya. I have a boyfriend. I know you 2 minutes and you already telling me your problems. So that's another way to switch it. You know how they say change the pattern? So using humor to switch it. So now this is another technique you can use. You say if he's not with you the way you truly want him to be, then maybe we owe it to ourselves to talk. Now that's getting serious, that's getting deep, that's making her think like, am I wasting my time? My time is precious, blah blah blah. So you're offering something and pull it away. Why don't we go somewhere where we can really relax and focus in? Think about what's going on in their minds when you're doing all this for them to respond this way. Why are they responding this way? Because they want defense. They don't want to deal with all the weak guys and all that. So, and they get hit on all the time. So, how are you going to differentiate yourself? What emotional states can you help them experience? Stay away from charts, graphs, reports, etc. Discovery channel pattern of sliding into the ride. I do this later when I go through all my other long time ago notes. And then the BJ pattern, peeling chocolate and mouth stuff. So he's talking about all these patterns, which we'll talk about. I guess I'll do it. I'm really reluctant to do it, but we'll do it. So confidence, he talks about four fundamental pleasures. So he talks about confidence. You definitely have to have confidence. Four fundamental choices are pleasure, aversion, unconscious, and clarity. Therapeutic Metaphors book. Instead of saying, I am shy, you would return this into, up until now, it has been my experience of being a shy person. Up until now. So you're subconsciously telling yourself, past, past is gone. Anchors. Now, in NLP, this is very important. Whenever you have a positive anchor and this and that, you press yourself somewhere. So, and you keep pressing it, so you're enforcing it in the same place. Confidence, confidence, confidence. Oh, I'm feeling so powerful right now. Yeah, thank you, thank you. That's good. Thank you. Anchors by pressing the same place or use one hand to show. Show the desire and the other hand to show yourself and then join hands. So you're saying, okay, what are your desires? Let's put them all in here. Let's put them all in here. This is your desire. This is me. I'm going to smash it. And then you've joined yourself with desire. And now we carry on with my green book with all the notes. Okay, anchor. Talk slow. Talk low. Pace it. Use trance words. We've talked about all this. First be in the state you want her to go in. Mostly feel it. So that's the start there. 95% you have curiosity, 5% you have lust. Not sure what that means. Now, ARS, yes, motions. Ears, yes, motions. Not sure, I'm going to leave that there. Use your tonality using that verb and command format. Examples of command. Listen carefully. Really look. Focus in. Hang on every word. Pick a spot. The question you can ask is, what is it you think you want and what will really fulfill you? Same as above, replace want with ready for. What is it that you think you're really ready for? And what is it that will really fulfill you? A lot of times you're using pointing fingers like this. What is it you think you want? You point at the imaginary guy she's dating. You're with him, but is that what you really want? Or what is it you really want? External validation, yes, find stories or things to share, say that, see, I've been validated. I hang out with all these beautiful women, that means they're comfortable with me, I'm validated. Demonstrate understanding their world first, then offer your option. So, using trance word, saying the things again to them, and then go into it with your stuff. They're like, yeah, I see this is how it's going to happen. And I feel like, da, da, da. You know, Ross is very good with his scripts. When he gets into it, you can really see him. So I'll let you do your own search on him, but I'm just giving you the quick points on this. What does she have to offer? Attitude for approach. Before you approach, you have to ask yourself, what does she have to offer? And this is what they call qualifying. I think Mystery uses it in the first phase of Mystery Method, where you either qualify or disqualify them. And a lot of the times when you're going out, you, depending on once you know who you want, you're looking to disqualify more than anything else. Oh, this one's tall. This one's, say, I like short, chubby, sporty women. Oh, that one's too tall. That one doesn't look sporty, doesn't look like they do sports. They're not wearing the kind of stuff a sporty person would. Da 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 da, stuff like that. Ross, capture the lead imagination and emotions. Start with language, tonality and commands, etc. Then design your own state of mind and using equalizers and sound. Then learning skills, rehearsal skills, creativity, flexibility. I guess once you're in there, you practice your skill, rehearse Keep rehearsing your scripts. The scripts are coming. Wait for it. So that was page 3. We're on page 4. Command. Would you choose to grow more and more attracted or attractive to me for all the right reasons? So you're presupposing that you're getting attracted to me for all the right reasons. That feels so good to you. So that's a command. It does feel good to you. More and more, directionalizing it. So the quote is use lines but quote it as something you heard so etc. which we've already talked about. Yeah, I heard that Johnny Depp wanted to get with Paris Hilton, blah blah blah. What if activates imagination? What if you could imagine yourself being with someone that would give you what will really fulfill you and full, fully fill you from the inside. That's the kind of stuff he would say. More and more. More and more sets direction. You're going towards it. You're feeling it more and more. Then you pause, which is a response potential. So you're waiting for a response. You're waiting to get feedback. If you could, that's causing imagination. Look into my heart. Vague command means nothing till he can fill in details. So look into my heart, or look into your heart. Just think about how things would be if those are like it's still commands and directions, but it's still filler stuff until you have figured out what you're going to say. See the person that I am. Also command but vague. And it's just like it's such a big one because again this is putting it like a example or a story of someone else or a metaphor. Okay, I don't know why I crossed this out, but left hand waist height, left hand on the waist, heartbeat, left hand waist, heartbeat, okay? Right hand chest height symbolizes top state. Oh, it's an exercise for you to anchor something. I get it now. Discovery channel pattern. What is your context? Are you on the phone or are you face to face? Where are you in this sequence? Start, middle, end. Theme. You want adrenaline, mystery, passion, how people experience X. Doorways. Get them visualizing, get them feeling body sensations, questions that touch her on a deeper level. The quote is stop. Imagine your ideal attraction. When you take this ride, enter a state of high arousal, and then you reach a peak, and then you get off. Fractionation. And then you want to ride back on. Walk ups. So when you're walking up, design your own state. Be in your own state, rehearse your lines, case the joint, and position yourself the right way. You have to be in a place where you can see things, where you can be seen, where you can pull in other people if you need to. So many things. You can turn them quickly on this side and you're already in comfort zone instead of going somewhere far. You're just like, oh, your friends are here, you're with your friends. Why don't you come sit this side? Let's just me and you talk. So that way, she's still got visuals with her friend. If they ever need to communicate, women are very good with communicating with eyes. So that's already there. But he just carries on, getting into comfort. Get attention, control inner representation, set the frame, structure opportunity, offer challenges, elicit, evoke the process, pace onward situation. So get attention, control. This is one of those openers. I have to pay a compliment. Pause. Let the suspense build. You carry yourself with a discipline and elegance. Pace. Give it some time. Forgive me for putting you on the spot. I don't have a lot of time here. If you are not with someone who is with you in the way that you truly want them to be, we owe it to ourselves to get together. So that's that. And then here he's got some themes. You start with the pattern, weasel phrase, new direction, below me, embed commands. You can anchor it with different keynote escalations, transition phases, and using their trance words. And then you can use jokes and you can use stories. So let's remember that circle star. We might need to go to that later. But approach at a 45-degree angle. This is all mystery stuff, so I don't know why it's mixed. I think I was just watching and taking notes of everything at the same time. What comes along first is not always necessarily who is always the best. And this is another line you can use on them. This is that same script again. I think I've written it again. Let's go. Excuse me, forgive me for interrupting you. I just had to tell you, and then you pause. But you are absolutely breathtaking. I just had to introduce myself and find out what the person inside is like. Hi, I'm Paris. Get her to sit down and use line on previous page. If you sit with me, I will analyze, writing, palm read, or tell you secrets that even your best friend don't know. And I will get to find out if you are the kind of person I'd like to know better. Other types of questions. Can you fight? Athlete, spiritual practice. Notice their movement, demeanor. You carry yourself with discipline and elegance. I find that very attractive. Where did you get that? I like them. Of course, the person wearing it is a shining example of perfection. Let them laugh. I'm glad you laughed because I really do think you are absolutely breathtaking, and I really wanted to make sure that you had more going for you than just that. Weasel phrases. If you could, if you were to. And then the trance hijack is stack good and bad on different sides. So this is now NLP kind of thing where this guy was like, okay, so imagine the guy you're with right now. All these things you've told me he's not clean, doesn't care for you, this and that. And then you could have this guy who cares for you. You can find this guy. He's right in front of you sometimes and you just don't want to see it. And then you frame yourself. But you're stacking bad on this side, good on this side. And then what they say is move to the good side and get whoever, whichever sucker you want to stand on the bad side. If you want them to not like him, then you can use psychology that way or the NLP tricks. Focus others' negatives, replace yourself with positives. Yeah, you replace yourself in that position once you've stacked the anchors there. Pattern. I think it's so interesting how people connect with that place of danger and fantasy. What has happened for us to continue? Oh, this is a very nice one. I really like to use this because this involves both of us. We take responsibility. It's very mature. I really like you. What has to happen for us to continue this conversation or meet, etc. It's another way to also get the number. Like, I really like you. What needs to happen for us to like carry this on if we can't continue it now? What does a guy have to do to have a coffee with you? And these, I think, are so nice because there's no games going on. It's straightforward. It's telling them your intentions, you're showing your confidence, and it's asking straight away, what do I need to do? Trance words you can use. Realize, recognize, discover, imagine. Put extra space before trance words. Online profiles. Keywords that work for a lot of profiles is doctor, lawyer. Women want that rich security, all that stuff. I saw your photo and wanted to know what you are like. Space it out so they get into it. Answering machines. Implicit message. Hey, this is P. I thought I'd give it one last shot at getting a chance to talk. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lesson living in LA my whole life. Beauty is common, but people with great attitude are rare and they are worth working to get to know. And I think that's an understanding that goes both ways. So if you can find your own reasons to call me, da, 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 my number is, da, 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 da. That's a way to not get phone blocked. Is it phone blocked? What's the other word for it? So we have some themes there: need, desire, passion, hunger, craving, dreams, goals, fantasy. Other themes: where. It starts, it goes, ends. The intensity, sense of time, your focus point, anticipation of satisfaction. So these are themes you can use. Different places in your mind. I think I'm trying to say gangsteress theme. So begin to understand inside every woman there are two women, the cultural program woman and the natural woman. And this I've already told you. When they are in public, they want to be the lady. When they're in private, they want to be with their friends free, with their partners naughty, all this. Let's start. There are different places in the mind. A cultural program woman has all the roles. They have to play and fit in that little puzzle piece. Then there is the natural woman. That's the one where you keep your most exciting memories, fantasies, daydreams, imagination, possibilities. If no one was watching and you would not want even your best friend to know what you dream about or long for, And oftentimes, what happens is because of the role society forces on you to play, or maybe the relationship you're already in is very restrictive. Pays her need for ongoing safety. Make sure she looks comfortable and safe. A person has to lock those parts away and keep them safe, and yet they're inside just waiting to emerge. So the question I'd like to ask are this, or the two questions I like to ask myself are, what is it about the way certain people affect us that cause us to think of this special person, of this special person in that special place? To hear this voice, feel this present, see this face from that special place in such a way that no matter how we try to deny that desired act, it takes on a life of its own. I don't know if I'm doing it justice here right now because I'm trying to read really bad handwriting. Compelling, vivid, real, where that voice inside says, yes, I want to step into this special place with this special person and explore anything that we can make real together. In other words, love. Safe from the rest of the world. Now shut up and listen. Repeat what they say, stack and anchor. Question two. The other thing I like to ask myself is, what would it be like for a person to just right now feel like all those hidden parts and desires wake up, ready, hungry, alive, realizing this is the moment, this is the main chance, right now, right here, a chance to move in a new direction. And the thing about new directions is it's not enough to just think about them as byproducts of the evening. Instead, you got to reach out and grab hold of them, take them all the way in, join them, ride them, make them part of who you are. That's the second question, and you saw how it's taking them in. Now, once they're in trance, give them a direction, include that the more they cooperate and go along, the more they'll enjoy. Give them a process to loop on. Example, their orgasm. Imagine making it better with this and that. Imagine making it better with the feeling of warmth. So the pattern's broken down. It establishes rapport, brings in subject, describe culturally programmed woman real quick, use irritating voice. Don't do that. Good girls are always like that. Wah, wah, wah. Help her create where you want her to go by describing the natural woman. Naming it makes it real. Describing it brings it to life. So you name it to make it real and then describe it. She's alive. She's wild. Then put yourself in the place with the questions. Anchor lots. Use a lot of anchors. Give them an action to take on the process to loop. Woke up. We've gone back to woke up. When you woke up, and this is better with a group, excuse me, I just wanted to say I think you're absolutely stunning. Boss. And I really wanted to meet you. My name is Paras. And then extend hand to shake. And don't let go of the hand, let them laugh or uncomfortable laughter. I can tell you're a woman with great taste. How do you know? They ask. You laughed at what I say. And the more you laugh, the more you look forward to having the best time when we or you go out. Point above, face. I can see it happening right here. Haven't you ever met someone and you just knew you were going to like this person right away? Well, you're just going to like this person right away. Point discreetly to self, because you could just stop and imagine drawing closer together, feeling absolutely connected and totally comfortable for all the right reasons now. With me, I think that's just a wonderful feeling that you can feel. Stop is a powerful word over there because it's always been a powerful word. You can use it to break a lot of patterns and a lot of states. The more you X, the more you Y. Create a state, bind it to you, and then amplify it. So the setup is, you know what I think is really interesting? You know what really interests me about so and so place or so and so thing? My friend and I were talking the other day, and I was listening to, and He's breaking it down again. You know something about you. It creates curiosity and interest. You visualize very vividly, increases curiosity. You have a talent, increases curiosity more. You can look at someone and they think you are listening, but you could be making moves in your mind about something you'd rather be doing. Matches interest, experience, which increases credibility. I tell you something else. More curiosity, more suggestible. When you motivate yourself, it's a big, bright picture in front of yourself. Point out where it visualizes. That is setting them up. Move picture away. I'll show you something. If I were to take that picture and move it away, doesn't it look harder to achieve? To move the image and replace yourself. So this is the one. Imagine this person. You've already told her. You found out she's not happy with the partner. So she's like, okay, imagine this person here. Okay, put him in there. Put everything what you don't like. Okay, now I'm going to move it away. Now put them behind you. So now you're in the way of it. Create state by naming it. Amplify state by describing experience. Better another person's experience. Anchor capture state to link to yourself so you can bring it back anytime you want to help conversational flexibility. Can you feel that? So underlined is can you feel that when you're talking? Can you feel that you're anchoring some kind of movement or thing? So there, every time you do it, can you feel that? Use your touch on that and then let go. So you can use touch, you can use sound, you can use lots of things. BJ pattern, here we go. Use for example. Number 2, mention the difference between compulsion and anticipation. 3, give example of compulsion like reaching for the fridge automatically eating. Number 4, use 3 examples of anticipation that get her in a pleasurable state. Example, when you step into the shower, left or right foot first. Now he's using an example. I had a hard day at work. Describe a hard day. And all you can think about is being able to drop your clothes and step into that steaming hot shower. Give commands to the conscious mind to go to unconscious. Fantasies to unlock her into fantasizing. I think sometimes the conscious mind can go down, gesture from above the head to the groin, to the conscious, to the unconscious, and come back with all these thoughts, ideas, and fantasies. And then you pull it back to the head. 6, use generic ambiguity to blow you. I used to think that my most important thoughts were above me, from above me. But now I realize that a lot of them come from below me because you're coming from a much deeper place. Your mind, your mind, your mind, aren't you? An algorithm. First, introduce it. Second, describe the process and put yourself there. Box on your head. Imagine your ideal partner is here and you're putting a box in your head. Inducer commands. When you do that with me now, I find that the really interesting thing is, and before you even do that, you can already feel that incredible heat working its way down to every muscle. I guess this is in the shower. And you just open up and surrender. You let it fill you up. Feel pleasure filling you up. Then there is that actual moment of sliding in. So that was the shower or bath phrase, analogies. Next one is the chocolate sequence, which I think was the BJ pattern. Chocolate sequence. Do you like chocolate? What's your favorite kind? You know that moment just before you pop that favorite piece of chocolate in your mouth? You can already feel that soft texture against your mouth. And it's like you just want to wrap your tongue around it and keep it in your mouth. Gesture to, you know, it's like an explosion. The moment when the first molecule of chocolate touches your tongue and you just surrender to that. Let it melt against you. You feel that extra warm sweetness as it slides down your throat. Or you could say, you know, when you really like someone, you haven't done anything yet. It's that moment, that look, when you know it's about to happen. Before you even kiss, you can already anticipate. This first soft brush of the lips, the jolt of electricity, it just tracks down your spine and spreads to every part of you. And you just feel that desire flooding all through you. And then the moment of the actual kiss is absolutely incredible. It's like a bomb going off inside you. It's like every bit of physical pleasure that you've ever experienced in that relationship is unfolded in that first amazing kiss. So when it happens, it's like an explosion of pleasure inside you. It's so electrifying. So the falling in love pattern. Go deep inside. Create an opening. Penetrate. Coming inside you so deep. Can't control yourself. Release those feelings in a flood. Mention the difference between attraction and love. So key phrases. I know something about you. You make pictures in your mind so vividly. You have a talent. Look right at someone, but you not there. You could be making moments in your head, memories in your head, or stories. I don't know. That show would be interesting, wasn't it? Gestures. Hands close to the body, self-reference. Put BF in hand, making him small and disposable. Point to the palm. Point close to the face to make them imagine, focus. Erase stuff the same way. So you bring it close and then blow, draw a box, picture the person. You can do so many things. A picture can be shrunk by pinching it, moving it away, and then throwing it away or something, spanking it. Expand picture by stretching it out like a scroll, or you can even scroll it like expanding it. Oh, nice, nice. Powerful words are naturally, easily, quickly. Realize, understand, recognize, become aware. Before, after a while. Stop. And now. Be dot dot dot. Pause and then because. Pause and then causes. And as you X, it allows or causes you to Y. And you find yourself feeling this, or you're allowing yourself to feel this, experience this. Confidence. Up until now, I have not been able to have normal physical relationships. Up until now. So that's how you should catch yourself from saying the wrong things and change it to up until now. Instead of, yeah, I'm always shy, I've always been shy. Up until now, I've found it in my experience to be a shy person. Replace fear with excitement, adventure, anticipation, fun, different. Get a real job. Real. What is good in their reality? So that's like an example. Symbols to clean up will. Breathing, legs, hips part, pelvis forward, knees bent. Focus 10 breaths. Inhale, exhale, repeat 12 times. Yeah, it's better stuff out there. Fear to charisma. See where feeling of fear, hesitation, etc. shorts starts. Where it goes, where it ends up. Make it a yellow ball and bounce it up and down. Feel it in your somewhere. Make it into a ball. Bounce it. Picture a hoop. That is the first ultimate organized total rush hoop. Shoot it through and see the color change. So that is your charisma. That's you're throwing the ball through a hoop, which is going to transform your fear and all that into something better. See the color change as it bounces back to you. Shoot the hoop again to feel it move and take it in. Take it in to replace your bad energy. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. NLP is very good. Notes. Never take a woman's first response as end all, be all. It's just how she feels at that moment. Always take what she gives as a toy or energy to redirect. They can do whatever they want. My energy stays the same. I have to remember this even in being in a relationship. It's very good advice to remember this instead of just reacting quickly. Sometimes when I'm caught off guard, that reaction, I need to change. Affirmations. I like affirmations. I believe I can learn to do anything. Inside of me are a set of resources and abilities that's greater than any challenge in the external world. At any time, I can connect in a store of power, wisdom, and ability that's without limit. Any thoughts or emotions that come up are coming up to be handled, learned from, healed, or released. If you keep asking or are you curious, you'll never run out of a thing to say. The only problem is I have a lot of NPCs in my life. Ask me a lot of questions. What is the worst that can happen? Things go unchanged and life goes on as it was. That's all. So carry on. And there you have it. We have finished Ross Jeffries' Speed Seduction course. The book was way back when I used to do it, and recently I just re-went through the notes just to make sure I didn't miss anything. That's it. As per always, I have a YouTube channel where I do a lot of things like tech reviews, home improvement, things like that. I have another podcast which is my personal stories, which is called Time Capsule. I have a link somewhere there to join my monthly list for you to know what I'm doing, what I'm up to. I sell merch, all kinds of things. Feel free to reach out for anything or any questions, and yeah, see you in the next one.